Hey man, check this out. Okay. Here's a recorded in reference to my platforms and the visibility of my words. Now, for one, okay, all things considered, we look back, throughout the course of, all, like, my whole, I'ma just say at this point now, it's just like, chronicle. Like, it's just like, it's a persecutory reality that my life was like transformed into. It was weaponized into a result and to consummate to this current and present reality at hand right now. So it was done like this by outside demonic force, that like led, like they did this on purpose to make. Okay, let's think about it. I look at my work. I'm talking about all of my stuff. I got various different genres and types. I got spiritual stuff. I got heavy spiritual warfare. I got light spiritual warfare. I got panegyrics, uplifting God. I got stuff about food. I got stories. I got fiction. I got fantasy. I got reality, testimonies. Real life. I got all type. I got abstract, a whole lot of abstract stuff that don't fit into no genre. Straight ideas from heaven. So, I got all of that make up my full body of work. So, through the course of these years, I'm talking about things that I, as an artist, artistically expressing myself, because that's what an artist does. Before, that's what an artist does. I just done it in my own way, and okay, while I'm on that artist note, when I'm expressing these things as an artist, I've done so in my own way. The things that were happening to me forced me to incorporate it into my work. So from that point, it snowballed and snowballed and snowballed, and then certain actions were like, actions that were dealt unto me, like evils. It was allowed by society. It was allowed by society, and then it was ignored by society on purpose to get me, to a position where I'm at now, where, okay, they do it like they got this huge power move, all this evil, they doing all this evil to this person. All of a sudden, everybody fall back. So I'm left like, okay, I got all this damage, I got all this pain, I got all this stuff from it. But then at the same time, everybody like, to make it seem like, there's no enemy, there's nobody I'm fighting. So everybody, I'm being attacked by these demonic campaigns. Then all of a sudden, everything just pulled a 100, just 80, just a full 180, on the situation. Now that don't change what I went through. That don't change my testimony, because that's my testimony that Christ was there with me, and He was there present, the whole time, regardless of what reason or was not the reason they did it. When I was attacked to such a extreme of magnitude, that don't change the lessons I learned from it. That don't change the good that came from it. It's not always a bad situation. I ain't get a lot of bad from it. But, the existence of how these things, happen simultaneous, to my exposing of them to the whole world. I'm globally exposing this stuff, went viral. I'm like, this is not no joke. This is not a game. They knew it wasn't years ago. They knew what was happening was an emergency situation. And it's been emergency for as long as I've been exposing it. And I've been with Christ Jesus for as long as I've been exposing it. They known that for as long as I've been exposing it, because that's a part of what my contribution also consists of. So it's impossible for them to not know of Jesus if they knew about me, because that's what I was embracing. That's my body of work. So whoever done, they knew about Jesus, so they can't be of Christ. That's it. And whoever allowed it, or happy or glad with it, or benefited from it, prospered from it, And so that was the reality. And the fact that, my life is still like, it's strained in a way to this very day, because the way they made it to where like, okay, it's just fame now. So all of this stuff happened to torture me, torment me, and everything. In the event that I ever blew up, like as far as like my art ever rose up, and got, recognition that it deserved, and it made it through all the liars and all the fake influences and jealous influences and entities. It all of a sudden, it's misportrayed as, it's just all of this attention is fame, you know. You know what I mean? I can sit here and explain. I just don't understand why my art form has to be taken from. You know, I don't understand why my art form, you know, like, okay, my platforms on whether it's social media or not, like why my platforms in jeopardy when I expose how it got to this point in the first place of me being in jeopardy. I just never understood it. Like, why should a crime that already been exposed still be able to continue to be perpetuated? I mean, I don't know the exact remedy for what will be done to handle such a situation, but I just know that I'm a victim of things that I documented and exposed all this satanic evil. And I mean, it was out my control, and it was by jealous, you know, influences that had more mammon than me, more power than me, more influence than me. It was 100% overkill. And it was a bullying thing, you know. I mean, I don't fear none of them. I wasn't in a position to fight anything because that's how it was made, you know. And the way that my life been sabotaged, I'll never be in a position, you know, to me personally. Well, that's why I trust in God. I trusted in God there, but being technical about it, like, nah, it's never going to be a fair fight because the odds are intentionally rigged against God and Jesus. Blatantly. The odds in society are rigged against God. It's rigged against Christ Jesus on purpose. You see it, you know. And then it's like people have a problem with you saying what's Antichrist or not. But I mean, why have a problem? Everything that they was doing, and it screams Antichrist, you know, against Christ Jesus knowingly. I mean, why would it be Antichrist? I mean, and to make it seem like you in the wrong for saying something Antichrist. That's what it is. You know, everyone that's a part of it or knew about it and allowed it was Antichrist. Because even when I didn't know what was going on in my life, they knew what they were doing to me. I didn't know what they were doing to me, you know, until later. So they knew and understood before I even had the awareness of it years ago. And then, you know, the same campaign been perpetuated through seasons and seasons of my life all the way up to now and happening as we still speak, you know what I'm saying? Like, but now it's not the campaign. Now it's just fame. You see how it is? You know, it's 100% Antichrist, man. And I'm going to stand for Jesus Christ because that's who I've been with. Because if they was, then they would have had the same treatment I got. But nobody, you know, not too many people that was real born again believers, you know what I'm saying, at the time stood up, you know, when they was in position to, stood up for Christ. A lot of people been in position to, but they did stand up for Christ. And they may not have ever been Christians, you know. So, I mean, that's not the problem. But those who falsely labeling, you know, the Lord's name, that's the problem, you know. That's the kicker, man. Like, this is real life, and it's been going for a long time, and I don't think I should be subject to anything different, man, because of my belief in Jesus. I'm on, man.